Heyo, got a new dance, so we're just gonna do that in the background during this whole video. This one's about guilds. So guilds are very unique in this MMO compared to others. In Lost Ark, the contribution works both for the guild itself to work together to progress, as well as lots of rewards for yourself. So what you want to do as soon as you log into a character, so whether it's one character, multiple characters, you want to make sure that you're getting them into a guild. In our case, we have many people in our guild, so we actually have multiple guilds. So we have alt guilds, main guilds, etc. So going to kind of go over how you can contribute and get yourself a lot of rewards, as well as help the guild progress as fast as possible, because you start with 30 members as a limit, and to increase you have to level up. So leveling in experience is the most important, and it is primarily gained by the members contributing. So you can hit either Alt U to bring up your guild, or you can go to, I believe it is Community and Guild right here. So when you open that up, the first time you open it up, if you're already in a guild for the day, you will get in this check-in reward. So let's go over what all this means. First off, you're going to get a contribution of 5 points. So we'll get into contribution here soon, but remember that you're getting 5 just for opening this menu. You get 350 bloodstones, and these bloodstones are the currency that is for your character to personally be able to buy things to progress. So you can see at the very bottom here is kind of where our completion is based on guild parameters. We'll get into that in a moment. So the first step, open the menu. You get your contribution, you get bloodstones. At the bottom right here is your step 2. You want to donate to the guild. Depending on what your guild parameters are, if it's a main guild, an alt guild, how rich you are, etc., you can do different options. I highly recommend you donate silver every single day. You're going to get a 10 contribution. So your personal reward is 10 contribution to the guild and 50 bloodstones. The guild itself gets 50 bloodstones that can be used towards research and 1 experience. This is the big thing right here. So by logging in, you're giving experience to the guild, and by donating, you're giving experience to the guild. So every member doing this is your main source of experience to level up the guilds to be able to get more members in there. Now you can also donate gold and honor. Generally speaking, especially like with this being an alt guild for me, I'm probably not going to be doing the gold, even though, you know, I could probably afford it. But especially early on, 600 gold is a character boost, so you want to be sparing with that, but there's no reason not to donate silver every single day. Now, the third thing that you can do is your guild research. So as long as you have been in the guild for at least 3 days, we'll see if anybody hasn't in this one. No one is, everybody's a guildmate. So if you have not been in a guild, like you just joined it, you have a 72-hour period before you're able to do anything beyond logging in, opening this menu, and guild donating. After that point, you are able to do the guild research, which, depending on the guild you're in, there should be a research always running. Right now, we have 2 research slots, so we're researching 2 different things at the same time. So you click whichever research you support, and you can, by doing a donation of nothing, you're just supporting it, you will gain 30 contribution towards your guild and 50 more of those bloodstones that you can spend on items. Now, what this does is it removes 20 minutes from the timer to actually have this research. You'll see up top here, it says 2 days, 2 hours. So when I do this, it's going to remove 20 minutes off of that. So you see it went down there. So when you have, 30 plus members doing this, you're going to pull almost half of a day off of the research timer every single day. So it's huge to work together to get these things researched. Things like the guild shop here, when it gets to level 2, you're able to buy more stuff in the shop that we're going to show you. The whole reason why you personally want to contribute is because you get personal progression, but you're also getting progression for everyone in your guild by doing this. So if you have multiple research slots, you can only support 1 thing a day. You can do a guild honor badge as well. These you can buy in Mari's shop, so that's up to you. you'll get more contribution and more bloodstones, but at minimum you do this one because it's free. So you choose which one you want to support. Now, the fourth task that you have, again, if you've been in the guild for at least 72 hours and your tag is changed to a guildmate instead of a new recruit, you are able to do a weekly task. Now, don't let this bar confuse you here. Even though this is full and the weekly task has been completed by other members, this means that we as a guild will receive 3,300 of these pooled bloodstones. So basically, they're going into a special pool and we'll get guild experience. Now, this rolls out on Thursday mornings for Eastern time on North American servers, which means that we will get this XP to go up further on that day. You don't get it as soon as this quest is completed. So if you go in here, you'll see it takes you straight to your Una's task menu. You can only do this if you are level 50, item level 302, and have unlocked Una's tasks in Vern Castle. So you get to choose depending on the level of the quest. So this guild, we have leveled up our trade skills so that we can have a level 2 difficulty. So the higher the difficulty, the more contribution towards that quest you get, but also the more guild contribution you get. So these points here. So you can accept the quest, and then it'll tell you where you can go for it. A lot of these they can be confusing as to where to go. Any of the trade ones, though, it's just do whatever the trade is. So you can go to any fishing hole for this one to be able to get those points. So every time you fish, you'll get one out of the 45 that this one's requesting. Now, what does all this mean? So what does the contribution do? So here's the under the hood. If we go to manage here, any member can look at this stuff. Only the guild leader and I believe the deputy is able to change any of this. We've got a bunch of members that have applied. I'll have to deal with that after. So you have under manage, Bloodstone distribution. So this here is showing everybody's contribution for the week. So generally your guild's leadership will be looking at this to see how much you're actually contributing and helping out. So when you log in, you get that 5 contribution. When you donate your silver, you get another 10 contribution. And when you do a research, you get 30. So a grand total of 45 contribution just for doing the basic 3-click starting on a character. And then you get that additional based on the weekly tasks. Some of them are different. So if we go into weekly tasks here, you can click on the one that we've chosen. And you'll see under the individual, it's 14 for level 1 or 18 for level 2. So you can power up your contribution by doing it, the quest. Now, even if it's completed, so you can see on here, it is completed, you can continuously still do that quest as an individual. So you can repeat it over and over and over and get your guild contribution to help out. Now, the way that this works with the contribution, the whole reason that you want to reach the target, depending on the guild, what type it is, maybe it's a factory, so like a farming guild where it's all alts, or if it's the main guilds will always tend to have a higher rate of contribution needed because they want to progress as far and as fast as possible. There is a distribution rate set by the guild leader, so the amount of the coins at the end of the week, well, not coins, but the bloodstones, not these ones here, these are actually used for research, the ones that we're earning from, say, like these quests. And when you first log in, whenever you do these guild donations, there's always a duplication of whatever you're putting in. So if you gain 50, the guild bank that is in limbo gains 50. So it almost doubles the amount of bloodstones that are happening. So at that Thursday morning, based on the contribution, there is a minimum value that is set by the guild leads. And if you meet that, you will have a part of that pool distributed to you. So let's say the guild combined gets 10,000 bloodstone shards. These will then be split up based on the distribution rate. So in that case, 7,500 would go into the guild bank here to use on research. That's all it can be used for, is for research, as well as re-rolling the quest options. The other 25%, so 2,500, would then be evenly distributed to the people that meet the minimum requirement, so 280. So if you meet that requirement, you are eligible to get stones. But if you reach the target goal, so in this case, we have it 300 per person as your target. If you reach the 300, you get the maximum amount. So somebody that only does the bare minimum will not get the same as somebody that does the goal. And you can see this is kind of early in the week, so some people have gotten close to it, already achieving the goal, and others haven't even contributed at all. So that's where you want to look at it as a guild lead. If this is your main guild, you want to make sure people are being active and contributing and helping, and make sure that they understand this system. That's the point of this video, is understanding how to contribute and why it's beneficial. So you as a player, you get Bloodstones, and as a guild, you'll get better researches. So the research, these Bloodstones can be used to research. You have to level up the guild to get better researches, and as you level up, you get more character slots down here. So what can we do with those Bloodstones? So as a player, what's in it for me? I have this guild shop, I get weekly tasks. It doesn't sound like there's really anything for me. Well, those Bloodstones, it's going to convert into is there's these Sylmael Bloodstone exchange vendors that you can exchange on each character on a weekly basis. There is a total number of things you can get per week, per character though. So you can find those by just typing in Syl, and you can click on that one there, and you'll see that it kind of blinks on the map. So if I wasn't standing over top of it, it'd be blinking. You can find it that way, or you can, turn off everything except for that. Generally speaking, it's usually somewhere near the combat stuff, but always just search for it. It's the fastest way. So inside here, now I have already bought some stuff on this character this week, but you have 3 different tabs at the top here. You have your XP potions in silver, so you can get XP potions. Now you'll see certain portions are in red, meaning I can't get it yet until you hit something. So the first category you can buy early on, but you have to hit item level 915. So this is a gear icon, 915, to be able to buy this. So you're not allowed to buy it unless you hit that on this character specifically. Now, when it comes to these items here, you can see this little thing, it's like a vial. It's a research icon. So your guild has to have a guild shop level of 1 to be able to buy this. So this character in this guild does not have guild shop level 2 to be able to buy the second one. Now if we go back into the guild, you can see that's the thing we're currently researching. So in 2 days, this character will be able to actually buy anything that has that research level 2. So what you do is you just pop in the amount of guild stones. I'll show you over here. You can see the weekly roster limit. So this section here is a weekly roster limit, but there is character specific limits on the next portion. So we're just going to buy all 6 of them because we see 6 out of 6 are available. Buy them all. Now 3 days until this resets, so I can buy and get silver again next week. I can buy the experience potions next week. You can see I've gotten a lot of these blood crystals just by contributing. So you want to be able to buy out everything that you can. Now moving on to the honing materials. So everybody knows how much honing materials are valuable to you. These are bound. If it's the bags, if it's the shard bags, they're bound to that character. The stones though, so destruction stones, your guardian stones, they are tradable. You can farm these on all of your alts and you can just sell them. You can trade them over to your other character, maybe to your main, and power level them up. So you can see as soon as we hit that guild shop level 2, we're basically tripling what you can get, because you could only get 1 bag here. You can get 2 additional bags when you hit level 2 here. Now, they also cost less. So it starts becoming better and better. When you hit the level 4 on it, you're going to be able to get an additional 3 bags, and it costs even less. So you can buy a total of 3, 4, 5, 6. So you could get 6 of those small pouches, and a lot more of these shards. So at the bottom there is this little the move over tab. I don't know why that's not, my brain's not working right now, not enough sleep. Anyway, you have multiple tabs of this, so you can see if we level this up, and this is why it's so important to have everyone contributing and leveling up the guild, so you can research these things to get more stuff for everyone's personal shops. Now you keep moving and you're going to get up into tier 2. So there's the end of tier 1 with your Harmony Leap Stones. So you want to be able to buy those out. And at tier 2, you're now able to start buying your life shards. So I'm going to buy this 1 out of 1. Now when we get level 2, I could buy 2 more bags. And again, this is a weekly lockout. This one here is weekly for this character, whereas these ones here are for the roster, so for your account on that server. So you just buy out the entire shop, because you should be getting tons of these Bloodstones just from your personal contribution, but then at the end of the week, you also get a divvy of the total. So you can double it up as long as you're meeting the minimum goals. So generally those minimum goals in a main guild are going to be pretty strenuous, because they want you to be putting in that effort to get the guild leveled up as fast as possible so they can research and get everyone more of these. So you can see Destruction Stones, we're going to buy all of those on this character. You got your Guardian Stones, you're going to buy all of those on this character. You're just going to go through and you're going to pick up everything that's valuable to your character. Now, the Leap Stones are also bound to the character, so you won't be able to buy these and send them to your main. But generally speaking, you're going to need a lot of those, especially the life ones on your alts, to level them up. Then you get up to tier 3, same deal. All these extra materials. And you can see in this instance, so I have the research, but I don't have the item level on this character, so I can't do it. Now, the final tab here is entrance tickets. I don't... Oh, I do have the tier 1.5, I guess? No, that is tier 2. So you can buy one ticket of these per research set. So this is level 3, level 5, but at level 1 you can get these ones. So what this is a box. Now, we'll go back in there. This box here is a entrance ticket chest. So you have a chance. So this is at tier 2. You can get a boss rush ticket or an elite cube ticket. The tier 1 will just be the cube ticket, but you could also just get silver. So it's a random roll. You want to get these every single week. So we're going to open this up and see if we get a ticket. Did we get lucky and get a ticket? Nope, we just got silver. However, silver is very useful and will, when you hit tier 3, it starts being very much worth it. So go back in here and we're just going to finish buying out the shop. You can get your breaths, which are very, very useful. If you don't know what those do, see the honing video, but basically increases your success chance in that tier. So you want to buy those out. You can get more and more of them. And these are your tier 3 versions. And then these ones here are also used in tier 3, where they're for moving skills over. So you can just see there's tons and tons of stuff that you can buy out. And that used about, I think I used about 3,000 or so of my total coins. And as I said, when you log in, all you got to do is you hit Alt U. It should bring you to this menu. That'll give you 350 Bloodstones right there. You hit Guild Donate, you get another 50. So like you're getting over almost 4,000 or so just from doing that daily process. So again, daily process, Alt U, bring up your menu. That will have it pop up and say, hey, you contributed. Here's 350. Go here. Donate your silver. That's step 2. Step 3 is support of research. You do that, and then if you haven't done it yet, you really want to do at least one of your guild quest, because it will give you, unfortunately I think I've already done it on this character, so when we go in, so if you go up in here, you can see the individual guild request reward. So it doesn't show any Bloodstones here. If I go to one of the ones that we don't have active, so these were the choices that the guild leaders had. We went with a trade skill because it's easiest. So you would have got 530 Bloodstones for doing this one here. That's what I got earlier in the week. And then repeating it as many times as you want for that contribution. And by getting the contribution, so if I hit the 300, I'm going to have a full access to the distribution of Bloodstones that we gather this week as a team, as a guild. So I've got 3 or so more days to get 100 and 102. Which, as I said, just for doing those login stuff, I'm getting 45. So that means just from logging in and doing those 3 different button clicks, I'm going to get the rest of my contribution. So I don't really have to worry about doing more guild quests or anything like that. So that's pretty much your overview there of the guild menu, the guild shop, contribution, and why it's so important, not only for yourself, but also for your entire guild to be able to succeed faster and grow even bigger. So if you like our guild, we have something like 6 guilds, and it's only because we have about 100 people. So you can get a maximum level of 100. I'm going to actually show you that research here, the level up So level benefits here in manage level benefits. Anyone has access to see these menus. Just certain things lock you out from being able to change things. So as you level up, you can see you gain 2 slots and the ability to research different things until you hit level, I believe is 11. Yeah, so when you hit level 11, you start gaining 3 members per level up, maximum members. And when you get down to 21, it starts going up by 5s until at level 25, you get 100 guildmates. So because we have about 100 people with alts, we had to make multiple guilds. So the faster we level this up, the faster we get everybody into the main 1 or 2 guilds. And all the other guilds become alt farms, where we would have the Bloodstone distribution be the other way, where it'd be like 75% goes to the guildmates, 25% to the guild, and you'd be able to use those Bloodstones to farm materials to send over to your main. So that was a very long-winded conversation, and I'm not actually sure how long this video went, but that's pretty much everything there. There is one last section that I'm not going to go over in this one, but the guild weekly quests. There's a bunch of them for sailing that they're very complicated to understand how to do them, but we'll send out little videos on each one of those hard ones. So like sailing buoys, how do you get the buoys? So anyway, that's been me. Cheers.